You're listening to the Incomparables Total Party Kill podcast, in which a group of friends play Dungeons & Dragons on the internet for your amusement. This is episode number 274, posted December 2020. The last wine in all of Barovia.
Welcome back to Total Party Kill. It is the continued adventures of the Dog and Pony Gang, stuck in Barovia, no way home, no redemption, no holds barred, no anything else. Because Barovia is a sad place. So, the Dog and Pony crew have set out in search of the Wizards of Wine winery to discover the reason. Why is there no wine? Why does wine no longer flow through the towns of Barovia? Why are the people somehow more sober and more sullen than ever before? The answer to that question, they already got that one. Blights. Lots of blights. Who leads these blights? The answer to that one, druids. Bad druids. Not like Elavor, noted good druid. These are what we call jerk druids. Look them up in the Monsters Manual. Jerks, druid. And so we rejoin the Dog and Pony crew mid-battle in the winery. They have been murdering blights left and right, facing off against druids, charging down vine blights, and fighting for their lives. Allow me to introduce our players in initiative order. First up, it's Aline Sims. Hi, Aline.
Hi, I play Imra Soliana, the Wood Elf Ranger, and her dog, Androdite.
Next up, it's Jane Ritt.
Hello, I play Lena Dulina, the human rogue.
Also joining us, Erica Ensign.
Hello, I play Brildish, the paladin dwarf, and also her trusty steed, Pony Cindelarent, who is currently off in the trees hiding. Along with our NPCs.
We are legally required to mention Pony Cindelarent once per episode because all of us foolishly signed a contract with him.
That's
Listeners,
one smart horse.
If you learn
Pony.
anything, Pony, it's in the name, Dan. If you learn one thing from the Total Party Kill podcast or from podcasts in general today, this week, this month, in your life, double check every contract you sign with a horse. That's just advice.
True.
Or a pony.
Yes, or triple check pony contracts.
Sounds
I lost my train of thought, which was, let's be clear, not a very long train. Also joining us, it's Micah Sargent.
Hello, I play Elavor, the half-elf druid, and his trusty sidekick, a little cat with some big old teeth named Samus.
And last but not least, he is a noted author and a noted 40-year-old. It's Dan Moore. Happy birthday, Dan.
Yeah, thank you. If you look me up in Wikipedia, list of notable 40-year-olds.
Well, I may have taken them a little
make
bit.
that cut.
Also, by the time this episode drops, you might not be 40 anymore. We don't
I hope
know.
that means I'll be younger, but no holding out hope on that one. I play Crucible, a war-forged cleric who serves the god Onatar.
All right. So we are rejoining you in the middle of battle. You are in the Wizards of Wine winery. Lena and Brildish are on the first floor of the winery where they've been fighting blights. I think they've taken care of most of the nasty blights. Crucible, Imra, and Elavor, along with saber-toothed tiger Samus, are up on the second floor. Some of you are in the hallway, some of you are in the catwalks, where you have closed in and are now doing battle with druids and a few vine blights. Vine blights are the most fearsome of the blights. Basically, imagine, like a walrus, except it's made out of hedges, and it wants to absorb you into itself. Yeah, think about
like
that.
a walrus.
Dan, that's not how walrus work. That's very offensive.
It's his birthday. Let it go.
Okay. Happy birthday, Dan. You're right. Canon.
I mean, that's probably Barovian walrus.
Walruses? Yeah.
Like, they're just
What-
like a
I'm just trying to-
vortex.
What is Barovian walrus like a weird slang for? You know?
Moving
They're,
on.
they're
Moving on.
spiders.
Oh, all right. So, Imra, I believe you are at the top of the order, and you are on a catwalk. Crucible is like 50 feet down the catwalk from you, punching a druid or spearing a druid, most likely.
Comma jerk.
Yeah, jerk druid.
Jerk. Yep.
Somewhere is a good druid, but you can't see him.
Comma.
I was waiting for him to finish, and
That was a mistake.
Well,
So
maybe it was going to get good.
can I see? So there's a druid on the other side of
Crucible?
the catwalk, like through the door. Can
Oh,
I
yeah.
see them?
Oh, yeah, he probably has a little bit of cover, but yeah.
Locked the catwalk. Does that work?
Do I want to? Are Bruldish and Lena still? Was it grappled?
I am entangled. I don't think Lena was entangled.
Nope, I just dropped down.
Okay. So I think I'm gonna fire. I feel like I would have noticed that this druid was like focusing on them. So I think I'm gonna try to hit them with I don't even know what weapons I have.
Traditionally,
Arrow?
yeah,
A bow?
you're big in it. No. Pro tip: use the arrows. They're pointier than the bow.
I was like, do I have a crossbow?
Tuesday night, people.
Do I have a longbow?
You know.
All right. So I'm gonna try to hit them. I rolled a 19, so that's 28.
All right, your arrow sails from one end of the catwalk to the other, through an open door, and hits a druid in the side.
No, I'm aiming for the one by Crucible.
Oh, then it hits that one.
Okay.
Oh.
It rebounds off that druid.
Yes.
And hits the
Trick
roll,
shot.
roll damage.
7.
All right, that druid was badly hurt already, having been speared and set on fire by Crucible. She screams as she topples off the catwalk.
insert Wilhelm scream.
So,
No, I will not.
and bounces off of one of the wine fermentation casks and hits the ground in which is just covered in the remains of twig blights. It is like there is just a bird's nest all over the floor of this winery.
This place is going to have to be sterilized so hardcore before they start making wine again.
There is no sterilization in Barovia.
Ah!
They think
I think
illness
we
is
knew
caused by bad feelings, which are very prevalent in Barovia.
Bad
That
humors.
is fair. So what happens? What happens when that druid dies? Does the entangle spell continue, or does death end that spell?
That is a good question. Is that the druid that cast Entangle?
I think so.
I think it has to be because the other druid was not in
Is a
place
more
to be
recent
able to see.
arrival?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. Duration, concentration, up to a minute. It's probably real hard to concentrate when you're dead.
I mean, I wouldn't
Usually,
know.
if you die, I believe that ends the concentration spell.
All right.
If you're incapacitated in some way, so which generally includes death.
Mhm.
Usually.
Well, easy, Dr. Dan. So,
Do not
his
take
birthday, let
advice
it
from
go.
someone named Dr. Dan. Let's all be clear.
he's he's really into like natural remedies. So Lena and Bruldish, you are no longer threatened by the entangling vines from the floor as the spell fades because Imra murdered a druid, a bad druid.
hmm
Yeah, not Elavor.
Nope,
all
Important
right,
distinction.
Not yet.
I'm going to take my second attack, and this time I will aim for the druid.
All right.
across
I
the
think
way.
you're gonna have a disadvantage because
Disadvantage? Okay.
Yeah,
Does an 11 hit?
it does not. It thunks into the door next to him. He looks nervously across the crosswalk. He then looks nervously back at the saber-tooth tiger looming over him. This is a bad
Okay.
place to be. All right, Imra, do you want to move or anything? Are you happy where you are?
Yeah, I'm counting squares, our favorite thing to do in D&D.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to head over to help Elavor and Samus if I can. So
All right.
I've moved and I'm done.
Dee-dee-dee.
Okay, Lena Dulina, you are on the first floor of the winery. You are no longer entangled by vines. There's
Yeah.
one sad twig blight standing next to you.
Yeah, and I'm gonna see what I can do about that. So that is going to be a 13 to hit.
13 hits. You need to do 4 damage to kill a twig blight.
Okay. Is 17 enough?
Oh, jeez.
17 is traditionally larger than most values of 4. So you basically turn that twig blight into neatly stacked kindling. It never saw it coming.
I peel
So-
him like a carrot.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Very
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
She's
there.
Barovian.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fair. I'll allow it.
You know what a Barovian carrot is? It's just a potato.
I was going to guess it was a
I like
parsnip.
potatoes. Yeah, parsnips are much worse.
I
Yeah,
agree.
you don't want a Barovian potato though.
Oh god.
It's just a rock.
Mm, that makes sense.
Yeah, it just keeps getting worse the further down you go. Lena, what's next?
Okay, well, I don't think that from where I am I can see any other hostiles.
I don't think so.
I guess I peek around and scan the room, probably crunching the corpses of literally dozens of twig blights. And I don't know, can I see the guy up on the
There's one to the
other
left.
side?
I think he's in a hallway on the second floor, so I think you got to get up there if you're gonna ever have a chance to see it. Oh,
Yeah,
that
there's
guy.
still
That,
one.
Yeah, that guy.
There's one twig blight left that I forgot about off in the corner.
We
Yeah.
all did.
Slinking away.
Yeah, I'll take
Yeah.
a hot shot at him. That is another 13.
Mm-hmm. Roll crossbow damage.
5.
All right, another twig blight bites the dust.
Which is
Lena,
funny because you'd think that I'm just giving him more sticks.
But the
bad
velocity
at-
is the
Really
issue.
makes
Yeah.
you think.
Yeah, they're bad at catching is the thing.
Yeah.
You can have too much of a good thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I guess if someone threw an arm at me really fast, I probably wouldn't get healthier.
Jane, if someone gave an arm to you very slowly, it's still not doing you any favors.
Yeah, that's basic xenobiology. I know.
Okay, I'm learning a lot.
Yeah. No arm done. Lena Delina, make a
Oh,
quick.
that was good, Tony.
No,
That
no,
was
it's not.
good.
Don't-
No,
don't.
I
Please
love it.
reuse that. That's an
Yeah.
oldie.
Oh, is it really?
Lena
You got the 5-finger
Delina.
discount on that one.
Lena
Okay, no,
Delina.
that one's old.
Make a perception check as a free action or bonus action, if you will.
Okay, so that is 17.
You hear the sound of other plant-like creatures outside the winery approaching you. To be clear, this is just to your west is the main doors to the factory floor. That
Maybe
you are
these
currently
ones
on.
are friends.
Are those doors closed?
I think they're open.
I think they're slightly kind of ajar because some vine blights came through and probably didn't close the door after themselves, is what I'm thinking.
They're so rude.
Born in a
So
barn.
I holler, someone get over there and close the doors. To the west, the ones up front.
Yeah, there's a lot of doors in this winery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Girl, there's
Crucible
crazy
helps.
doors.
Specific with us
Crucible
later.
helpfully
Right.
closes like a cabinet door next to
Yeah,
him.
yeah. The big ones up on the first
Am I
floor,
doing it
western
correctly?
side.
Yeah.
Because Brothers goes next and like could literally close the doors like right in front of her. That would like
Right.
be between the two of us.
Lena, are you set for Broldish to go?
Yeah.
Broldish goes next.
All right. Brildish looks a little bit sad that there's nothing left to hack at with her axe.
She wept for no more vine blights
One
to
single
conquer.
tear. But I've been told that there are some doors, and I am in a position to see Lena, so I could see what she was gesturing at. I didn't even have to hear which ones. So Brillish will just trundle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. I can get to the doors and close, I can get to the doors with a dash and then close them with a whatever free action, I guess. And interacting
Okay.
with an object action.
Yes. All right. You see the sight of several vine blades kind of galloping toward the porch of the vineyard as you close and bar the big double doors into the fermentation area.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it for me.
Up on the second floor of the winery, I have but one bad druid left. The bad druid is currently facing down against a saber-tooth tiger.
Mm-hmm.
Not his preferred place to be in life.
Mm-mm.
Let's see. You know what?
What?
The druid is going to cast Speak with Animals and do a persuasion check on Samus.
Now, this is interesting.
Elavor, I don't know, do you innately always understand animals or when people are speaking as animals?
No, I do not have an innate ability to
All
I
right.
don't have beast speech or anything like that.
So you see the druid in front of you, he does a quick little cantrip. It's not a cantrip, but a quick little spell, and he speaks, and his mouth opens, and it sounds like a saber-tooth tiger's roar kind of echoing forth. And, Elavor perhaps is not literate in that language, but Micah Sargent also controls Samus. So the druid says... Please, creature, join us. We are more powerful than them. With us, you will always have plenty to eat and always be safe. And rolls a 13 on a persuasion check.
That's against wisdom?
Yeah.
All right. Well, then we've got 13. So it's a tie. Who does tie go to?
I think tie goes to,
When in doubt,
stay the course.
Yeah, the status quo.
Status
is
quo.
always
So not persuaded. So let's see. That having happened,
Did that druid essentially just try to curry favor with the saber-tooth tiger? Is that what
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Someone finally took your advice.
I mean, wouldn't
Tony.
you?
Somebody finally did.
The druid is going to disengage and check here.
Can it disengage after casting a spell?
I was going to check what kind of spell action that was.
Yeah, it depends. But if it was a bonus action,
Oh, right, of course.
yes. If it was an action.
Nope, it's
No.
not. It is an action. It can't disengage, so the druid just stands there. Elavor.
All right. It's a time.
Yeah, that guy just tried
For-
to steal your tiger.
Yeah, I'm kind of
Tigers don't belong to people. That's like the one thing I learned from that movie.
Brildish
Lion
doesn't know
King.
that.
From the Lion King. That took me a second there.
Free Willy? Maybe? I
Uh,
don't know.
I think we're just gonna. No, I don't want to do that. Okay. Elavor goes forth and gets some fangy fangs going and goes for a swipe. How does 10 to hit?
Your swipe clatters off the druid's skin is like bark, and it does not yield as you scratch at it.
That's annoying. Samus goes forth then. Let's see. That's also going to be... How about a 14 to hit?
14 is still not enough. This bark skin, the
No!
defense that the druid has is quite tough.
All right. Then that's all I got.
All right. The vine blight is next, or should I say vine blights, because there are creatures. Brildish, you hear creatures slamming into the other side of the door. Imra, up where you are, several creatures emerge. Several vine creatures emerge from the hallway behind you. And Elavor, another vine blight comes up from the stairs behind you. There are vine
golly.
blights all around you.
You know what we say to that?
What?
Tuesday Blights!
Okay, that was a good one.
I'm enjoying Micah. I'm sorry, with the white hat and everything.
It's a little bit referee-esque.
Yeah, it's like like a golf commentator. Like, oh,
Yeah.
that was a good pun on hole 7.
Yeah. Not his usual rubbish. Braldish, from where you are, holding the doors closed as 2 vine blights try to break it in. You see another vine blight kind of sniffing around through an open side door. There are 2 up on the catwalk with Imra and Crucible. Elavor is kind of becoming the inside of a vine blight sandwich, but it's complicated up there. There's a lot going on. Where did Lena Delina go? I want to make sure that she's in danger. She's okay. All right, no worries.
Wait, you want to make sure that she's in danger, is what I heard.
Yeah. All right. So I think none of them can get to you. They all kind of close or are moving in. None of them have enough movement to get to you, especially there's this one that's behind the druid that would love. So the druid is like pinned in place by Elavor and Samus and is like just in this hallway like, I want to get out of here. And there's a giant hulking vine monster behind him being like, excuse me, I want to entangle this lion. But there's not enough space. Crucible, you're on the catwalk. There's 1 druid left. There's many vine blights. There's many opportunities for danger.
Just to be clear, I can't currently see the druid and the vine blights in that hallway with Samus.
I think you could see the druid right in the open doorway.
Oh, the doorway's open. Okay.
Yeah.
And then there are 2 vine blights approaching from the other side.
Yep.
I will take aim at the druid. Let's try a... Shall we? DC 14 dexterity save.
All right. Does the druid have any extra things against this? Druids, according to this, they like forests.
Tell me
What?
more.
They're not fans of civilization. Rolling a dexterity saving throw. I rolled a 19, Dan. That's pretty good. That's a 20 with the druid's dexterity. Somehow
darn
sandwiched
shame.
between a vine blight and a saber-tooth tiger, the druid hits the floor. Your sacred flame like burns a hole in the window behind him. You guys are not taking good care of this wineries. I want to be clear here. You're not getting your deposit
Crucible
back.
does like a blows out his finger, from which the sacred flame emanates. And then he's going to tank over here for Imra, so Imra can get some shots off without having to worry about getting smushed by vine blights.
All right, speaking of Imra, you are next.
So we determined last time that even if we incapacitate the person who created the blights will still be able to continue because the magic was strong.
I think that I forget exactly what I said about blights last time. This druid that is in the hallway that he poked his head out and cast some spells and caused some trouble is a particularly elderly looking druid. He has a long beard. It's almost down to his toes. He is just like, he looks like he might be covered in moss in some places. And he is wielding a long wooden staff that looks ancient. And it looks like it might potentially be part of the Gulthias tree, the place from which blights are spawned. So it is possible that taking out the druid would either kind of unsummon or at least neutralize the blights.
Okay. Is that something I actually know in character, though?
I don't know. I forget how much information, because Elavor was doing some scouting and asking about blights and druids last time.
Yeah, I remember asking if there was some sort of thing that was powering all of the blights.
Yeah.
So if Dispel Magic would have worked.
I think I said that Dispel Magic would not work, but
Yeah, I remember that.
So I think I answered.
Something may have
But
sort
if
of called them into being.
This is not Braldish saying this. I'd like to make that perfectly clear. But me as a player, if we could take that druid alive and convince him maybe he could command them to stop attacking, Braldish would absolutely not support that plan of attack. But
or we could kill him and then take the staff and then say, stop attacking us.
Imra
Also,
would
I
like to
wouldn't-
keep it alive, but
I wouldn't mind an ancient looking staff.
Brildish just really wants to like chop at all of the things, so that's
we
Yeah, Lena
know
also is like, no, these are bad dudes.
stabby stab stab.
Yeah, we can't. The dead men tell no tales.
True.
We can't ask. We can't interrogate them if they're
Yeah,
dead.
but what are we gonna do if we capture him? There aren't jails here.
We can ask questions and then kill him. Like I have no moral.
No,
quandary
Dan
with
won't
that.
let us do it.
Yeah, okay, to be fair, Crucible.
We can
won't
tie
let you do
Dan
it.
up. We have rope. I mean, Crucible. Sorry,
I'm made of metal. I mean, Crucible is made of metal. I'm also made of metal.
I'm a real boy.
See, Brildish is the rare paladin who would absolutely support that because Oath of Vengeance. Mhm.
All right.
Anyway, Imra, do what your heart tells you.
Well, I think that it's. My plan was to run over and get a clear shot at the druid. But now that we have our new Vine Blight friends, I think I'm going to shoot the one closest to me with an arrow.
With friends like these.
Who needs an enemies?
All right.
That is a 22 to hit.
I believe we've established that the AC of a Vine Blight is 12.
And that is an 8 to hit.
All right.
Damage, that's the word. 8 points of damage.
8 arrow damages flow into that Vine Blight. The Vine Blight does not like it.
All right, and then I shoot it again with a 21.
Mm-hmm.
And that is another 10 points of damage.
That Vine Blight is severely wounded.
Goodbye, Vine Blight. Okay.
All right.
And I think I want to move a little bit closer to Elavor and this other druid since I'm using my longbow.
Closer.
All right. So Imra and Androdite bolt across the catwalk, dog walking across a catwalk to join the druid fray happening in the hallway nearby. All right. Lena Delina, you are back on the first floor. You see your friend Brildish holding a door shut that there seems to be some, could be anything that's upset on the other side of that door.
Mhm.
Could be people returning unused wine,
Yeah, 'cause
people
that
who
happens.
want like redemptions on their bottle depoits, that kind of
that
thing.
one at least makes sense.
Yeah. Meh. You also see in the distance a Vine Blight kind of peeking through some sets of doors, looking for a way into the winery, though it has not yet entered the winery from the west.
Okay.
There's also stairs that lead you up to another fight.
Yes. So how sturdy do the doors that Brildish is holding look?
Pretty sturdy.
Pretty sturdy. Okay.
Yeah.
Because what we want to avoid is being flanked by various viney beasties from multiple directions.
On a scale of like 1 to sturdy, these are like a solid 7.5.
Oh, that's way better than I thought. Okay, well, we can leave those
It's a
then.
place it's a place of business, They're not going to just be.
Yeah. The Wizards of Winery is up to code.
Actually,
No hollow corridors here.
Not on your exterior doors.
so I can't get especially far. Yeah, so I'm going to head here and then take a shot at the one in the door. My crossbow. Yes, that's a 14.
That hits. Roll damage.
Okay, that is going to be an 18.
Wow. Okay. You badly wound that Vine Blight.
Okay, and then actually, can we say that I had used my bonus attack to stare at him very intently and learn his deep dark secrets?
Yeah.
I think I have to roll something for that. So I have to Sorry, I don't want to retroactively, but more than that, I don't want to do math again. So effectively, that would have been an insight check. So that would be a 26 versus a deception check by the Vine Blight.
The Vine Blight cannot make a 26.
Okay,
Hold on.
so-
The Vine Blight's going to try. Come on, buddy.
Because if it
Come
crits, I lose.
on, buddy. The Vine Blight rolled 10. The Vine Blight's charisma modifier is -4.
Okay, so I don't have to
close.
redo the math on pulling
So
back the
close.
sneak attack damage.
No, you beat him by 20.
Excellent. That's what we like to do.
Mm.
Okay. And that is my turn.
Do you learn something about the Vine Blight from this, or that was you did that to get sneak attack?
Basically, I did that to get sneak attack, but I did it in the wrong order.
All right, I almost remember how your characters work.
Yeah.
Um,
Better than me.
Broldish, you stand by the doors leading from the factory floor out to the porch of the winery. There are some vine blights scratching at the door, but these doors seem sturdy and well made. There's even a nice, convenient. You can bar the doors quickly, so you are free to do whatever you want with your action. Probably those vine blights aren't going to break down that door anytime immediately.
All right. There's a vine blight that I can see, so I'm gonna stomp over to the open door and attack with my axe.
You could just close that door.
I could. I absolutely could. In Hela's name, I shout as I swing my axe out the door, hopefully into the vine blight.
All right.
12?
The AC of a vine blight is 12.
12. Yeah, I was thinking it was 13 for some reason. Hurrah!
I think that was the twig blights.
Oh, right. 10 points of slashing damage.
You slay the vine blight from where you stand in the door, looking out over the fallen corpse of this vine blight. You look out into the winery. You see the sad, wilty-looking vines of the vineyard, and you also see several vine blights clomping through the vineyard in your direction. There's two that are probably 40 feet away and more in the distance. It seems like you've attracted a lot of attention.
I get that. I get that pretty often. How's this door for sturdiness?
It looks fine. It's not a big factory door, so it's got like a little window in it. But it would probably take a little bit of work for somebody to break it down.
I'm just wondering if I just want to wait in the doorway because I really want to just smash some more of these.
I would never compare and contrast Broldish to a door in sturdiness. It's an apples and oranges situation. Broldish, no hinges. But yeah.
Except that my friends are upstairs. I was worried about those two vine blights that I could probably see from downstairs creeping up on Crucible and Imra, but then Imra almost killed one of them with one shot, or one turn. So I'm not as worried as I was. So I think I'm just gonna stand here and brandish my axe. Now, if I only took one of my two attacks on my turn, can I ready my second attack for if one of them comes upon me, or is that sketchy?
I think probably because it's you get to do two attacks as an action. You have started your action, I think.
I have.
So
okay.
Yeah.
That is.
I am making up rules based on inference here.
No, that's evidently fair.
I'm sure I'll get
fair.
email about this, but that seems like a reasonable.
I'm writing one now.
That's the way I would make up that rule too.
Yeah.
Jane
Honestly-
Rant, seal of approval.
Honestly, me too.
All right.
But I had to ask.
Erica Ensign, co-signed.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. We're all in agreement.
Uh-huh.
All
All
right.
right. So I'm just going to stand here in the doorway. You know what? No, I'm going to close the door. I will close the door, but I'm not going to walk away from the door. So that on my next turn, if they don't get in, I could just open the door and then attack right out of it without them perhaps getting a chance to attack me in between. So yes, door
Sorry.
closed.
All right. There is another door, though it's an interior door. It's probably hollow core right behind you.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm just gonna stand here. What is?
You don't want to airlock these doors?
Nope. What is this this little area here that where I'm standing?
This little area here is what the adventure refers to as W8.
Wait.
Hold
I
on.
think that's where the
No, you
Um,
wait.
I am
the
waiting.
catwalk goes. It's just delineating where the catwalk is.
It's where they weigh all the wine.
Oh, is it like a storage room?
Yeah. There's a little storage room here at W8. There's a description. Bare hooks line the walls of the storage room. Shelves to
Bear
the south
hooks.
hold several pairs of stained wooden sandals with oversized soles. Both doors to this room hang open. Not anymore. The one to the west is fitted with iron brackets and leads outside. Lying on the floor next to it is a 5-foot long wooden beam.
Tell me more about these bears with oversized soles. I'm very interested.
Mm.
Bears are known in Barovian theology for their above-average souls that makes them the chosen people of Barovia.
Canon.
Canon.
Okay. I was just wondering if there was anything interesting that I might want to pick up and use to our advantage.
Some of these great wooden sandals is what I'm telling
maybe
you.
I will just slap a vine blade across the face with an oversized sandal when I open the door next. Or maybe
All right,
I'll use
for
my
future
axe.
reference, that's a D4 of damage, sandal damage.
Okay.
I
feel like if I'm going to switch weapons, it probably should be to the magical axe that I'm wearing and not a wooden sandal, but you never know. Brildish is special.
No, I am not going to tell a Brildish how to Brildish. It seems dangerous.
All right, so
All right.
that is good for me.
Upstairs in the hallway of death, or the western access hallway of the winery, there is still a bit of a kerfuffle here. Samus and Elavor are holding their own against a druid and a vine blight. The druid, seeing that there's really not very many options here, is going to cast Shillelagh on his walking stick that he's got, his ancient gnarled walking stick. He casts Shillelagh on it and swings at Elavor with this weird ancient looking stick. 15 versus armor class is not super intimidating. Does that hit Elavor?
It doesn't.
All right. You get a close-up look as it swings past your face, Elavor, of this ancient staff. It is made from this weird gnarled and twisted black wood, and it seems to be there's they don't look like your standard openings on a piece of wood. It's there's kind of these sores on it, and they seem to be oozing something red.
Ew.
Yuck.
Ew.
Yeah, it's not great. Not great. The druid then turns around and speaks something in Druidic, which I guess Elavor speaks.
I do.
He tells the Vine Blight in Druidic, "Go around." Elavor, it's your turn.
Can you just tell him not to?
Hey,
Just
don't.
stop.
Ooh, actually, this speaking's just a bonus action, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to say in Druidic.
Mm.
Stop. Hammer time.
Stop. Shillelagh time.
Don't go around. I just want to see if there's any response at all from the creature.
The Vine Blight, which has no eyes, fails to make eye contact with you.
Interesting. Okay. I'm no holds barred, I think is what we're going to do here. You see, you smell the scent of ozone in the air, and you see
Zone.
Elavor's hair start
Ozone
to
is my
rise
least favorite
up.
form of calzone.
Ew. And Samus's hair starts to also rise up as there's this static feeling in the air, and a stroke of lightning that reaches out in front of Elavor is cast forth, and each creature in the line, so that would be the old druid and the vine blights behind it, must make a dexterity saving throw, beating 14.
All right, I'm going to do the Vine Blight first.
Okay.
The Vine Blight gets 16.
I don't like you, Vine Blight.
Wow.
The
You're still going to get
druid-
damage, though, so don't worry.
Yeah. The druid Got a critical.
I hate you.
Well,
not
they
you,
still
Tony.
get lightning bolted.
Just the druid.
All right, the vine blight and the druid like both press themselves up against the wall as a bolt of lightning tears through the winery. The door behind them flies off of its hinges. Elavor, you can see there's like a nice little office beyond.
You take 14 damage, both of you.
All right.
Wow.
Both of them are very wounded from just being glanced by lightning.
It says the lightning ignites flammable objects in the area that aren't being worn or carried.
What's in the office?
A lot
Is
of
there
paperwork
paper?
that is up in flames.
Yeah.
I'm not
All right.
Wow, this is a slightly disturbing laugh from
So-
Elavor
I
there.
mean, druids hate paperwork. It is well known.
I
Yeah.
suppose.
Yeah,
I
canon.
mean, it's dead
Contracts?
trees.
No, thank you.
It's dead trees and homework.
Yeah.
Um,
Our word is bond. How is that not good enough?
did you say they moved back? Or was that just...
They squashed against the wall to avoid taking the full brunt of the light.
Gotcha. So they're kind of still there, just
Yeah.
sort of... Well, Samus notices the vine blight behind it, and so it's going to roll 17 plus 6. Yeah, so wait. 23 to hit the vine blight, which I know hits.
Yep.
Let's see. Roll 9 damage on
All right.
that vine blight.
That vine blight is annoyed at Samus. All right, the vine blights are next. Brildish, you see the vine blight slowly loping across the winery, getting closer, or across the vineyard, getting closer and closer
Is there
to
a
the
window in
winery.
this door?
Yeah.
Okay, then yes, I see it.
Yeah. There's kind of continuing to bang helplessly against the double doors near you, Lena. Up on the catwalk, a vine blight and his friend move down the catwalk toward Crucible. They're going to do their classic vine blight move, which is they want to entangle you.
Classic vine blight.
Crucible. I rolled a critical fail, so that's exciting. Over in the hallway of misery, a vine blight attacks Samus. I rolled a very low number, and my last vine blight, this is the one that has spent most of the fight hiding behind a druid, has been ordered by the druid to go around. He has been ordered by Elavor to not go around. The vine blight kind of looks around and reaches out kind of a tendril and smashes the glass out of the window in the hallway, and you see this weird sight of basically a creature bigger than a horse kind of pushing down to squeeze through and expand through an opening that's about the size of a bread box. Elavor, there is movement on the window outside of you. It appears to be the same vine blight has slid across the wall outside the vinery and is
that's
smashing the window
creepy.
in to get you. I'm going to say that because you're inside a house and a vine blight is smashing a window to get at you, you have cover and the vine blight will attack with disadvantage. All right, a 12 is not going to hit you.
It is not.
All
But
right,
that's
there is
very
a vine
creepy.
blight trying to eat you through a window. Crucible.
So, Tony, I need a inquiry. I've had that searing smite going on my spear for a while. It's a 1-minute spell. I cast it, I think, in the last encounter, and we ruled it continued. How many rounds roughly have we been through in this fight?
No idea.
Did you
More
say
than
last time
4,
that it
less
stopped
than
being
10.
on fire because something hit you?
Oh, that's also possible. I don't remember.
I feel like I remember
Someone-
that
Is
happening.
it concentration?
Sad.
It is a concentration spell.
So if you've taken damage, you
If
may or
I've
may
taken
not have
damage
dropped it.
And yeah.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Let's say it's no longer in effect.
All right.
Just because
I will
been
tell
there
you
for a
the vine
while.
blight right in front of you looks pretty badly damaged.
Yeah,
There's plenty
I
of
think I'm
fire
just
around
gonna-
if you want to use it.
The fire doesn't. Yeah, the fire doesn't hurt these guys though, does it?
It might not hurt them extra, but
It does not
Just
hurt
extra
them.
hurts.
damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, hurts people.
Um, going to hold for the moment because we seem to be doing okay. I'm going to just give a normal Yikalwa attack here.
All right.
Bless you.
Thank you. Ooh, that is a crit fail. Do I have any sort of magic that lets me try that again?
Birthday magic.
Yeah, birthday magic. Woo! Cool,
I give you my inspiration as a birthday gift.
Oh,
What? Really?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Nice, Jane.
But you have to
mess up.
save it and give it back later.
Yes.
It's not
In
redeemable.
October.
Okay.
Yeah.
Duly noted.
Take good care of
Alright.
it, Dan. Dan, do you
Uh,
want to use that inspiration right now?
Well, yeah, let's try that again.
All right.
It would be a really funny power move if you didn't.
Yeah.
Like, oh, thank you.
Thank you. How about a 23?
Heck
Does a
yes.
23
Yes.
hit?
All right.
Happy
you
birthday.
Stab into the heart of this vine blight with your Yukawa and, kind of like grind it around in there. And the vine blight just makes a horrible hissing noise as you scoot it off the catwalk and it tumbles to its viney death. The other
Excellent.
vine blight kind of looks over the railing at where it went and then looks back at you uncertain.
Imra, how are you doing over there?
Hey, I've felt better. Felt
Like,
better.
Samus
Like
is
some
also
healing?
not doing so hot.
I cannot see Samus
darn
from where
it.
I am.
I
You
have
guys should knock down some
24 of 55 hit points.
Would you like a healing word? I can give you
I
a
would
healing-
like a healing word. Okay.
What's the word?
The word. It was last time it was Bard, but it doesn't make any sense now. The word is Onatar loves you.
Aw.
Wow.
So
All
that's
one
going to
word.
be 84.
It's
plus
hyphenated.
My spellcast. Yes, it's
How
a
do you spell
long,
Onatar?
long word. It has 5 hit points for you there.
I will take it. Thank you.
Are more than welcome.
All right. Imra.
All right. Well, as Imra walks, pulls out her long sword.
That's a long sword.
Ooh.
It is a long sword. And tries to
Oh,
hit
this-
this druid.
Oh, this druid has such plans now that there's no longer a vine blight behind him. There's like this long hallway. It leads to a nice
There's
spiral
also a
staircase
long sword.
that none of you have seen. He's totally going to get away. He knows where the horses and the wagons are. He has got
Wow.
The giant
big-
horses.
big plans, just normal-sized horses, normal-sized wagon.
Big plans for big horses.
Big plans for big horses, yes. He is just thinking about retirement.
Well, I have bad news.
Mm.
In the
22
form of
versus
a
AC.
longsword.
22 versus AC cuts through his bark like druid skin and deals some damage.
Only 3 points.
All right. Some bloody sap oozes out of him.
And I'm taking my second attack, and that is
Yeah, you are.
22.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you are.
And that is 4 points of damage.
Oh, this druid is barely clinging to life.
Good. That's my turn.
Lena Delina.
Lena Doolina
I was
is
waiting to see if you were. I kind of like as a sort of stage name, Lena Delina. But
yeah.
certainly not your
Woo.
regular.
Actually, I don't know if she can see what's happening.
You know that there's a fight going on upstairs. There's a lot of noise.
Right. Okay, so let's see how far she can get. You can actually get right up behind this guy.
So you bolt across the factory floor of the winery, up the spiral staircase on the western side, and basically at the top of the spiral staircase, there is a vine blight fighting Samus.
Yeah.
Right in your
Yeah,
face.
okay. I would like to stab him.
Mm.
Or them.
Yeah,
I don't
I
want to assume. Oh, that's not very good.
Vine blights are not very hard to hit. They are big and
But
slow.
you need more than a 9, correct?
Traditionally, yes. A
Okay.
little bit, like I would say, like if I had to put a number on it, I would say 3 more than a 9.
Yeah, give or take. Okay, let me do my offhand. Well, I got 2 more than 9.
This close.
Yeah, okay. So I'll just I'm like creeping up with my short swords, and then I just bring one down and bring the other one down, and neither hit, and it does not notice.
Nope. You eat some bricks on the stairs.
Yeah, right. Okay, I guess that's my turn.
Brildish, you are all alone on the first floor of the winery, but you sense that there may be company coming this way soon.
Well, I was expecting that perhaps by my next turn there would be a vine blight just on the other side of the door. I could just open
They're pretty
and attack
slow.
it. So I open the door, and face falls when Brildish recognizes there's no vine blight right there. And I have to play my character, so I rush out and attack a vine blight.
All right, you got your choice. There's 2 vine blights galloping, and you see more in the distance. There's basically infinite vine blights coming for you.
I probably couldn't see that to start with from the doorway because it looks like I'm assuming this is the outhouse that's right there.
Yes, there is an outhouse, and there's a vine blight coming around the outhouse.
I think that was probably blocking my view, so I couldn't see the one that was behind it. As far as Brildish could tell, maybe there was just one, so I run toward that one and shout, "Inhale his name!" and smash at it.
Classic.
Inhale his name. Look what you made me do. I had to march all the way out here. And this is exactly what I rolled last time, so I know it still hits. It's exactly a 12. That's 10 points of slashing damage.
Ugh, badly wound.
Attack again. And that's way more on the die. And this time it's 7 points of slashing damage.
All right, that vine blight is severely wounded.
I was hoping to
All
kill
right,
it.
next up is the
Alas.
druid. Does the druid fight or does the druid flee? Fight or flee?
The classic conundrum.
Well, Imra's here. Yeah, the druid runs. This is bad. The druid will disengage and then what's the speed of a druid?
Laden or unladen?
This is a laden druid. He's carrying a staff.
So this is metagaming a little bit, but I think it would be really funny if the druid ran and dove out the window, and then it was right in front
of Brildish.
of
I had that thought
Brildish.
too. Mhm.
Jane, I don't know if this druid would survive a fall from a second story, is what I'm saying.
Fair enough.
Yeah, like
Well, I mean, he could maybe just jump to the top of the outhouse. It's not quite as far.
the druid is going to run 30 feet down this hallway, so he disappears from view, Elavor, around the corner.
Elavor is going to cast Cure Wounds on Samus.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be 2d8 plus 3. Let's see, 8. 14. Okay, so Samus gets 14 hit points. And now, Samus, with the incredible speed of a saber-toothed tiger.
And an accompanying horn section.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, the druid's about 40 feet around the corner from Samus.
And that's exactly what Samus can do.
All right, there is the pounding of padded feet on the narrow hallway as Samus bolts down the hallway. I imagine Samus is great at cornering, too.
I mean, if my cats are any indication, no.
Yeah. So Samus Tokyo
Into
drifts.
that office full of
Samus Tokyo drifts around the corner.
Critical roll! 26 to hit with a critical.
Nice.
And mauls the druid who looked like the druid was making a bolt for the this little spiral staircase tucked back in the vinery. The
It's
druid had
batting
four,
the druid around like it's
four
like a
hit
mouse.
points left and is torn in pieces by Samus. The staff drops to the ground, and with it, all of the vine blights wither away.
Nice.
Brildish may not have noticed as she's out in the
I'm still
winery just
chopping.
beating the heck out of a no longer animated vine blight.
Brildish, that is just a tree. Okay, please continue.
Oh, let her
Samus-
go. She's having fun.
Samus comes back to Elavor holding the ancient-looking staff
Heck
in
yeah.
her mouth, which appears to be a Golthias staff, which is a powerful magical item.
You have the identify spell and could tell you more, probably.
Please do.
It will take a minute.
So you take a moment to catch your bearings and pause and secure the winery. There's still a few twig blights stuck in various closets and cabinets that you clear out. There's a lot to sweep up. And after a little bit of time, there's the sound of flapping of wings, and the Mardukov family has joined you at the winery. The kids are running around the factory floor, tripping on twigs. The elders are sweeping up, and they're very appreciative of your work here at the Wizards of Wine Winery.
It's so weird how the druids kept lighting small fires everywhere.
Druids, they are like that. Always firebugs.
Yes.
But Lena, I believe the fires were...
A druid, right?
A druid, yes. Common jerk, we don't know.
I am learning much.
How
are we taking... How are people doing health-wise?
I would love to have that identify, but...
I think that you're going to take the equivalent of a long rest.
Heck
cool.
yes.
Well,
As
I'll
the-
do the identify for you.
As the Mardukov family, they think their place is pretty trash, but they're able to scrape together some food for you. Let's see, what were the names of the Mardukov family that you were talking to?
Joe Bob.
I believe Adrian. Adrian Mardukov thanks you, and he says this is more than we could have ever hoped for. Kindness is something rare in the lands of Barovia, and I wish to give you the greatest riches that my family still has to our name. We have one wagon full of winery, the last wines the vineyards will ever produce that we can proudly give to you.
Do you have a unicorn rug?
He looks around. I don't think so.
Dang it.
Are you saying we have the last wine in all of Barovia?
Yes. Sadly, the druids have taken some necessary things with them that are, as you can see, the vines are dying.
Oh no.
Oh, man,
where
do I
did
have
they take
anything
it?
for
Could we
that?
go and get it for you? Brodish looks legitimately panicked at the thought
I am
that
both-
there's no more wine.
Very concerned for your safety and could never ask you to do that. You
So
see
don't
that
ask, just tell me which direction.
the young boy that you saw in the woods before, he points in the general direction of south, and Adrian slaps his hand out. No,
Brodish will
we
start
can.
marching. Hopefully somebody stops her.
Hold on.
Crucible will grab Brodish by the collar.
Yeah,
Okay.
Adrian closes several doors and puts some furniture in front of Brodish.
Wait a second.
Look, I will tell you, I will entrust you with these secrets. The Mardukov family, we were once able to produce 3 wines, and each of these wines was more tantalizing than the last. But our ability to do that, to cause crops to prosper here in Barovia was only brought about through magical forces. It has been long since we've been able to produce our fine champagne, and even it has been years since we were able to produce Red Dragon Crush, and now Purple Grape Mass number 3 is no more. For the druids stole, there was this special seed that we had planted in the vines, and they have taken it with them back to their home.
Unacceptable.
I have a thing I need to say here.
Say the thing.
The thing is the verbal. Wait. Are we near where the vines are? Are we by where the grapes and things were growing?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
right outside.
Okay, so I say to my party, do we have 8 hours?
Yes.
Well, some of us are going to
I
sleep.
think we should stay here for the night. Yes. And then we should
Depends
go and
what you have in
get those
mind.
seeds.
If I cast this spell over 8 hours, I enrich the land. All plants in a half-mile radius centered on the point within my choice become enriched for 1 year. The plants yield twice the normal amount of food when harvested. I can essentially bless this land and continue the production of grapes in this region.
You can try, Elavor. It is possible that whatever blight is besetting them is more powerful than your magic.
That's a really rude thing to say.
It is. Wow.
No offense.
Much offense taken.
Brildish is like,
You
that
can't
sounds
just say something like that and be like, no offense, and think that it's
Yeah,
like, that
haven't you
doesn't wipe
heard?
it out, Tony.
Okay,
Brildish
so
says
here's
that's
the
a
thing.
great idea, but I'm pretty sure I heard him say something about something dragon red crush something, and that sounds really good. So I feel like we still need to go and get those magic seeds.
The little raven boy starts talking to Broldish and says like, "Oh yeah, I don't think the little boy talked like that, but now he does."
He's entered puberty since we left.
Time flows differently in
Stress
Barovia.
brings it on.
The druids, they have an encampment on it's called Yester Hill. It's southwest of here. And I've shown you the Barovia map, where you see the Wizards of Wine Winery, and perhaps you even see a hill to the southwest of you.
I see it.
So there is a simple meal is provided. There's some wine. You all get to heal and regain various powers. And Crucible, did you want to use Identify on this object?
I will do that.
All right. Crucible, I will tell you, I can send you a screenshot of this. This is the Gulthias staff. It's a rare staff that requires attunement. It is made from the branch of a Gulthias tree, which is a horrible tree that grows out of a stake driven into a vampire's heart. It is a source of misery and despair among the land. It is kind of this horrible, spongy black wood. Its evil makes animals visibly uncomfortable while within 30 feet of it. Samus does not want to look at this staff. The staff is it's got some power to it. It has an ability called Vampiric Strike. If the person who is using the staff uses it as a quarterstaff, they can regain health when they deal damage with it. The staff does bleed a little bit when that happens.
Does it produce delicious
Micah's
wine?
expression that whole time, it's like magic staff, yeah.
I'll just also mention you used Identify. There's also the potential of, depending on how you do on a wisdom saving throw, little short-term madness. Also, I should mention that while attuned to the staff, blights and other evil plant creatures don't regard you as hostile until you harm them. Magic
tell me
staff.
There's a
Crucible?
lot. There's
That-
a lot
that-
going on
So
there.
so
That
Crucible's
must come in handy.
On
eyes
that
just
one,
glow.
Elavor.
Yeah.
Wait.
This staff
so,
seems extremely dangerous, Elavor. I am not sure that it is something you would like to wield.
But
it sounds
if we
very
could-
terrifying.
If we could get blights to ignore us or help us or something, then maybe if we go and try to get the seeds back from the druids, this staff could protect us.
Does
We have-
carrying the staff cause madness, or is it wielding the staff that causes
Attuning
madness?
to the staff makes you vulnerable to madness.
So that
Which you would
means
probably
holding
need to
it.
do to use some of the magical
Yeah.
effects.
Yeah.
I don't. Can
I
we
think that
destroy? Can I destroy it
You could destroy
with
it.
magical druid nature powers?
Yeah. You could also just burn it.
But that's so.
Fire is a magical nature druid power.
Okay, so I'm gonna talk to everybody here. So according to our pal Crucible, if we even carry this thing, we could become mad. And I don't know about you, but we've already got enough madness around us. I don't want any of us to become mad either. So
You
what
could also become a ruler of evil plant forces.
yes, but
Tempting.
but
We've already ruled those evil plant forces
true.
plenty.
so if everybody's okay
Drop
with
the
it,
staff.
Is it better to rule through fear or through staff?
any sort of arguments to the contrary?
No,
3,
destroy it.
2,
Destroy
1,
it.
and
I
Elavor
advocate
casts
its
create
destruction.
bonfire. And
All right. You cast the horrible black spongy stick into the fire, and it catches almost immediately, and there is a horrible inhuman scream that echoes all throughout the winery, the vineyard, and probably a good amount of the surrounding woods. Somewhere in the
Nice.
woods, Pony Cindelarnt says, "What is that?" in Pony. The scream sounds like this.
Enjoy that one live stream.
Yet another fire created by a druid.
All blights
happens.
within 500 feet wither and die.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ooh.
Well, that was a magical item I handed you that you immediately threw back threw into trash just
It
because
bled,
it's evil.
Tony. It
Just
bled.
because it's evil. We'll
Could you
see.
hand us better magical weapons in the future?
Perhaps magical items that do not cause short-term madness.
Oh,
Or-
you want
Or
Long-term
long-term
madness?
madness.
No
Well played,
madness.
well
no
played,
madness.
January. Haha, medium-term madness.
No.
No madness.
All right,
Madness
adventurers. You have defeated the blights. You have liberated the winery. You have restored one wagon full of joy to the people of Barovia. I need to ask you now, as you awaken the next morning feeling a little bit patched up and a little bit better prepared, where will be your next journey here in the place that we call Barovia?
Kill the druids. Kill the druids.
Wow.
Brodish
Elavor,
has a
yay.
Brodish has a one.
Yeah, exactly.
Crucible would be okay going after the druids.
I will just mention your other possible locations. There is the drowned town of Berez was of interest to you. There is the nearby walled settlement of Kresk. You could always go back to Lake Baratok and chat with Rictavio or Rudolph von Richten as his friends.
He will always
And
be
know him.
Rictavio to me.
Yeah,
Me
me too.
Me too. And I guess for some reason you could go back to Valaki or
No.
We hear about Kresk so much, and I'm so curious about it. It's got a cool name, you know?
Yeah.
But you are certainly very close to Yester Hill, where the druids dwell now, closer than you will ever be, unless you come back here. Sometimes I say normal things ominously.
I feel like we saved the crow babies, and we've got other fish to fry that are not crows.
You're gonna have to
or
talk
druids.
Brodish out of marching off first thing in the morning.
Perhaps we can decide this over breakfast.
It's breakfast. So,
Well,
what's
Bruldish is in favor of going after the druids. Crucible would be happy to do that, but he is very amenable to also moving on to Krensk or Berez.
I mean,
depending
more
on-
druids could just come back and do the same thing, and all of this work that we just did will be for nothing.
No, because what happened was they were using some unnatural nature wizardry to make their grapes grow. And the druids kind of came to try and make that not be a thing anymore. And now we know that they can't do it at all anymore. So there's no reason for the druids to come back.
The druids
How do
took
you-
the source of that with them
Yeah.
back to Yester Hill.
So, right. So why would they come back to the winery?
I guess just because they hate people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, do we really know that that was the reason that they came, or did they just happen to also
hard to
steal the
say.
stuff?
That's what the crow babies told us.
The winery
they
has the
didn't.
misfortune of being the closest human settlement
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
to the
They
druids.
just
Yeah,
said that
I mean,
they came
the-
and they stole the stuff. Not that
The
was
druids
why.
won,
Yeah.
and then we killed them, but they got the powerful stuff that they wanted.
I don't know what to do then.
All right. So, what will they do next? It'll be determined next episode. That's the answer to that question. Will they go to Yester Hill and battle the druids? Will they travel to the walled settlement of Kresk, delivering wine and happiness and finding out what's the deal with Kresk? Will they go to that weird abbey there that they were totally told about? Will they travel to the drowned city of Berez? Why would you drown a city? That must be bad. That's not good. That's where the Baba Yaga lives. Why would we ever go there? Or will they just go back and chat with Rictavio and have a grand old time as Strahd's fist clenches tighter around the people of Barovia? Their neck is being strung and stretched and mercilessly destroyed by him as they have crumpets with Rictavio. Is that even a question? That's really more of a statement. For answers to statements such as that, tune in next time to Total Party Kill. You know what, Elavor?
Swept up.
Elavor, I should do this more often. You gain inspiration.
Yay!
That was a very heroic thing that you did. where you gave up a very important, powerful resource that was very evil.